Good morning. My name is Scott McLarty. I'm the media director for the Green Party of the United States, and this is the Green Party's annual national meeting taking place at the New Jersey Institute of Technology here in Newark, New Jersey. And we're glad to be here, and we thank the staff of New Jersey Institute of Technology for accommodating us so well. This is a press conference, 9 a.m. on Friday morning, July 14th, in which we will introduce Green candidates running for state and local office here in the state of New Jersey. Before I introduce the first speaker, I'd like to remind everyone there is a second press conference today at 11 a.m., and that will be for candidates who are running in states that are not New Jersey. So we hope you join us then. So I'll introduce the first speaker now. This is Aaron Hindman, who is running for New Jersey General Assembly, Legislative District 24. Aaron.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aaron Hindman. I am the co-chair of the Green Party of New Jersey, but today I'm appearing to you as a candidate for office. I am running as a candidate for state legislature, General Assembly, Legislative District 24. District 24 is all of Sussex County, the northern towns in Warren County, and one municipality in Morris County, Mount Olive Township, which is actually the largest municipality in the entire district in population. The other key towns in Sussex are Newton, Sparta, and Vernon, among others, and also in Warren County we have Belvedere, the county seat, and Blairstown are some significant well-known towns in my district. It's pretty interesting that I would be appearing yesterday primarily as a co-chair and today as a candidate. It's very much indicative of the approach we have here at the Green Party of New Jersey. We're encouraging so many people to rise up as grassroots activists who now are taking this torch of the political revolution and for the first time appearing as candidates, from our gubernatorial candidate Seth Kaper-Dale all the way down to Board of Education candidates. We all have a lot of experience as administrators and activists and advocates, but as candidates, this is something interesting and fascinating and exciting and new for us. So as a leader within the party, I felt that it was very important to also lead from within and be a part of this movement to encourage fresh voices and new ideas into our political atmosphere. So as the party chair, I'm also stepping out as a first-time candidate and running for office in my district. It's kind of exciting to break new ground. I'm the first person of color to seek legislative office in District 24. District 24 is largely a rural area in northwestern New Jersey, best known for its state parks, such as the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area, and also a vibrant agricultural community, in addition to some many great historical towns. So the area that I'm looking to represent is not one that has been historically, shall we say, friendly to those of us in marginalized minority communities, but nonetheless, as a Green Party candidate, I feel confident with the support of my friends and colleagues in the Green Party that I can put my foot forward to represent not just economic growth and the ecosystem in our pristine district, but also stand up for social justice issues in a district that has a percentage that's about 80 to 92% white, and where Republicans outnumber Democrats by a 4-to-1 margin. That's the kind of district I'm facing, and because I'm a Green, I feel comfortable that I have the support of my party in representing the ideals that I hold dear and that all of us as Greens hold dear. It's amazing to be running as a candidate for the first time. It's exciting, and I'm proud to be representing the Green Party of New Jersey in the 24th District as an Assembly candidate.
Thank you, Aaron. Our next speaker will be Sean Stratton, Green candidate for New Jersey District, for General Assembly in New Jersey District 18. Sean?
Hello and good morning. My name is Sean Stratton. I'm an environmental scientist and I'm running for New Jersey District 18 General Assembly. My district injury or disease tomorrow that could eventually lead to bankruptcy. The next point is we must raise the minimum wage to $15 per hour. Every worker in this country deserves the right to a livable wage. Here in New Jersey at the moment, the minimum wage is too low for families to afford necessities such as homes and food. We must also rebuild our current aging infrastructure. This includes roads and bridges, but it also includes wastewater treatment plants along with drinking water plants. And finally, we must also increase our protection of the environment. Here in New Jersey, the shore economy is worth $43 billion annually and supplies 500,000 jobs. If you add the fishing industry towards that, it adds an additional $7.9 billion and 50,000 jobs. Without strong environmental protection, this area will be severely affected by pollution or other toxins. We must also work towards 100% renewable energy by 2035. This will help significantly decreasing our dependence on fossil fuels will directly impact our air and water, providing cleaner air and water to all citizens. I am mainly running for office due to the research that I've been conducting for the past 5 months, mainly into lead in drinking water here in New Jersey. Lead is a damaging neurotoxin that directly causes brain and mental development issues, including directly lowering IQ scores, along with causing symptoms such as ADHD and other debilitating medical conditions. This damage from lead is often irreversible. I recommend to a friend who lives in my district to have his drinking water analyzed for lead. The result that came back exceeded the level established by the US EPA's by 5 times. If you took his home and put it into Flint, Michigan, his water level would be higher than 98% of the samples in Flint, Michigan. This led me to begin to review the federal regulations for lead in drinking water and to obtain records of drinking water analyses for homes in my district from various government records. The results are disturbing since the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection is not properly enforcing the federal regulations on lead in drinking water. Since the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection is not doing its job by reviewing the detailed reports submitted by towns in my district, the potential for a public health crisis exists. Lead contamination sources are from lead in piping in the streets, individual service lines that lead from the home to the house, and plumbing within the residence. Any house can have this problem, whether it's poor or rich neighborhoods. However, this disproportionately affects poorer neighborhoods more. If you are interested in reading my full report, I will provide you a copy. This report has been reviewed by experts in the field from Virginia Tech University, Dr. Mark Edwards and Dr. Yana Lambrinidou, who were instrumental in revealing the Flint, Michigan crisis. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. I'd like to remind everyone watching this that you can learn more about the Green Party and about the annual national meeting at our national website, which is www.gp.org. That's GP as in greenparty.org. Mico Lucide is running for General Assembly in New Jersey in Legislative District 2. And Mico, come on up and say a few words.
My name is Mico Lucide. I'm running for General Assembly in Legislative District 2, which encompasses most of Atlantic County, including Atlantic City. My background is more or less that I am an activist. I've been a community activist for pretty much my entire adult life, mostly being active in the LGBTQ community, but also doing some civic engagement work as well as fighting for marginalized communities. I have been active in politics in some respect for more or less the past 4 or 5 years, whether it was acting as a member of a candidate's team, helping them run for office, or whether it was fighting as an activist in the community to try to affect positive change in that community. And over the time that I've spent involved in politics and involved in my community, I've realized that the best way to directly affect change is to put yourself out there and run for office. My political philosophy is more or less that the only way to create real change in society is through education, action, and elections. I've learned a lot. I've done my education. I've done a lot of action throughout the years, and now it's time to change some things through elections. And I've noticed that sometimes just voting for people that I believe in isn't enough. So this year I decided to jump into the ring myself and run for General Assembly. My reason for running for legislature is because I feel that it's the most directly impactful to changing people's lives. And more importantly, my district is a district that desperately needs a voice in Trenton. As I'm sure a lot of people watching this know, Atlantic City was taken over by the state of New Jersey. This is the most recent in a long string of New Jersey takeovers of cities over the past several decades. And I think that it is no coincidence that in every single case, the state has taken over a city that is predominantly populated by people of color. This is something that I think is absolutely unacceptable for the state of New Jersey to do something that is directly trying to just refute the voices of marginalized communities and from people of color. And so I think that first and foremost, Atlantic City needs to be returned its sovereign right to self-govern. We must end the state takeover of Atlantic City. In addition to that, the only way to save Atlantic City is through sustainable long-term investment in the city. We have casinos in Atlantic City. We have a lot of tourism in Atlantic City, and those are good short-term measures. But the only way to create real change for that community is to invest in the people of that community. If there is anything that my campaign is, it is a people-first platform. We must focus on the people. In Atlantic City, we should invest in first-time small business owners so that the people of Atlantic City can build wealth and employ their fellow neighbors while Atlantic City is recovering from economic disasters. As the city begins to see new investments from things like South Jersey Gas and universities moving into the city, it's going to end up pushing people out unless we directly invest in the people of Atlantic City. We must not let gentrification push people out of their hometown. It's unacceptable. One of the major priorities that I have as a candidate is long-term, sustainable economics and environmental policy for the state of New Jersey. New Jersey has a terrible issue of short-term budget solutions that will last for a year or two if we are lucky, and not really focusing long-term. We need to focus long-term on things like single-payer healthcare system, so that we can save money in the long run and have businesses invest in New Jersey, because how wonderful of a boon is it that we have healthcare taken care of and the corporation, the company, does not have to take care of that. We have to invest in solutions like solar energy. I'm a bit more ambitious than some of my fellow candidates. I think that we need to get New Jersey's government and our power plants to sustainable energy by 2030. It's necessary. It's the only way to maintain a stable environment and a stable economy in the state of New Jersey, and we can do that through solar, wind, and tidal energy. There's a lot more plans that I have for what I want to do for my community, the district that I will represent, and for the state of New Jersey as a whole. And information about my campaign can be found out at lucideforassembly.com. That's LUCIDE for F-O-R-E, I mean, sorry, F-O-R, assembly.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Mico. A few minutes ago, I mentioned that the website of the National Green Party is gp.org, and we also invite you to look up the New Jersey Green Party, or Green Party of New Jersey, more properly, and that's at gpnj.org. GPNJ is in Green Party New Jersey.org. Our next speaker is running for New Jersey State Senate in Legislative District 28, Troy Knight-Napper. Troy?
Good morning. My name is Troy Knight-Napper. I'm running for State Senate in Legislative District 28. Those cities are Newark, Irvington, Bloomfield, Nutley, and Glen Ridge. I have a lot of reasons why I've decided to run for politics, and mostly it's for my family. I have 2 boys, and I saw how the world was going, especially in my district, that I wasn't happy with how I saw things were going, and I did not feel safe to raise my family there. And instead of wanting to move away, I'd rather fix the problem. One of the first things I plan to do to fix the problems when elected is to promote and propose a bill to begin a healing process. Like a fellow candidate just said, we need to move forward into a renewable energy source. And 2030 is a great way to begin that. With a renewable energy initiative, New Jersey can begin healing itself. New Jersey is sick. We can create jobs, sustainable energy that's clean for the environment. Another way to begin the healing process of New Jersey is to raise the minimum wage. I would always vote yes to raise the minimum wage beyond $10 or even $15. Another problem that we are also facing in my district is the police. I would propose a bill to reform the police in those districts, or in my district and other districts, to have the police begin more nonviolent tactics dealing with people, problem solving and wanting to pull over people of color and marginalized communities. It's not just violence, but we're all being, what's the word I'm looking for? We're being targeted, and it's not fair to all of us. Not just the people of the marginalized communities, but everywhere. Suburban communities, urban communities, and desolate communities. When I am in office, I will vote to reform these police forces and demilitarize them. That is all. Thank you very much.
The final candidate in our lineup of speakers today is Seth Kaper-Dale, running for governor of New Jersey. Seth?
I am Seth Kaper-Dale. I'm running for governor of New Jersey for the Green Party, and I am grateful to the party for showing their trust in me by giving me their endorsement. Back in late October, actually, the Green Council gave me their okay, and then the state, each county gave me their endorsement further on in the year. But that's given me a number of months to really develop a political strategy and a campaign. This is my first time running for office, and I'm running for governor because I am an administrator, and when I decided I wanted to get into the political realm, I didn't want to just be in a position of writing bills. I believe there are other people who have those skills and for Assembly and Senate, and I'm so thankful for that. But my gifts are really in administrating, and the thought of having a chance to actually oversee the whole way an infrastructure runs in the state is something that brings me great joy. I've been a pastor for 16 years and a community organizer. To me, pastor and community organizer go hand in hand. And through those 16 years, I've organized 3 major nonprofits that run more than a dozen significant projects to address some of the biggest problems in the state of New Jersey. I have a reentry program that we run. I have a mental health program for folks who can't qualify for any sort of financial help to get the mental health services they need. I've built housing for homeless veterans and for youth aging out of foster care, housing for chronically homeless, mentally ill adults. We've created a restaurant that's run by refugees and asylees. We have a detention visitation program that's led to us resettling asylees all over the state. So those are the places where I've learned about administration. One of the things that I've learned through trying to do this work over the years is that the state of New Jersey, a lot of the things that we're always trying to fix are problems that should never happen in the first place. And so one of the reasons I decided to move from the activist and organizational community organizer location and into politics was because I want to move upriver. I want to stop problems from happening in the first place so that we don't have to always be on the at the end of the stream trying to fix problems that wouldn't happen if the two-party duopoly wasn't in charge, if the people who have all the money weren't making the decisions to just trickle a little to all of us. Instead, if the people themselves were creating a wellspring from below. I am the only progressive candidate running in the state of New Jersey, hashtag only progressive running. I am the only candidate who clearly believes the last are first. And those are the 2 messages that I believe are the messages that could give a different sort of shape to what politics looks like in the state. I'm extremely excited today to be running not alone. I think sometimes third-party candidates find themselves out there alone. And the fact that I have assembly members and a senator running with me this year, giving shape to bills and policies that I can believe in, makes me really believe that we could start a wellspring from below that could transform this state. Last time there was a gubernatorial election in New Jersey, only 39% of the state's population registered to vote came out to vote. 61% stayed home. I really believe that that is where we need to start. And if we are truly progressives, and if we really start with the last, and if we really push for things like 15 now, if we really push for things like $75 million in the SRAP, State Rental Assistance Fund, instead of the 40 million paltry funds that are in there now, if we really push for folks to not lose their vote when they go to jail, if we really push for LGBT rights to be recognized and for folks to be cared for, if we really do the things that progressives believe in and the things that marginalized communities need, we are going to get a tremendous turnout. And a tremendous turnout is what's going to give us a chance to be the new first party in the state of New Jersey. And the duopoly together can be that second party or third party, whatever they want to be. I'm thankful to be running green, and I'm glad to be here with you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Seth. We have one more candidate who arrived late. I believe he was detained by inclement weather, traffic, and possibly bad vibes and sneers from Governor Christie. And his name is Barry Bendar, running for Ocean County Freeholder. Barry?
Hello, my name is Barry Bendar, and I'm with the Green Party of Ocean County, which is a wonderful organization, the Green Party overall. I'm running for Freeholder in Ocean County. I have many reasons for running. First of all, in Ocean County, we talk about the duopoly. In Ocean County, it's a one-opoly, because in Ocean County, the two parties work hand in glove together to do the bidding of, in my opinion, a political boss who runs the situation. We need to bring the government back to the people in Ocean County. I think the people have come to the point where they feel that their votes don't matter. To make their votes matter, we need to get the people to come out and vote for something new, and that new is the Green Party. Even though the Green Party itself is not new, in Ocean County it's a new experience for these people, and we need to get the word out there that the Green Party is coming. We're going to have candidates running all over eventually, and I'm knowing that when I'm sitting up there on the Freeholder board and I'm surrounded by those bobbleheads, as I refer to them, who kowtow to the political boss and the political machine. People ask me, aren't you going to be frustrated and upset sitting up there with those people? And my answer is no, they're not going to make my life miserable. I'm going to make their life miserable, and that's the goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barry. And I'd like to invite all of the candidates who spoke to gather behind me. We'll do some question and answer with the news media who have shown up. And let me remind everyone that you can read about New Jersey Green candidates at the party's website at gpnj.org, greenpartynewjersey.org. Do we have any questions now? Ann.
A question for Aaron.
Come on up.
Hi, Ann.
About the constituency and community. Could you talk a little more about the key issues and how you plan to addressing them?
Absolutely. The slogan of my campaign, which is actually a joint ticket. I have a running mate. His name is Kenny Collins. We share the Green Party line on the ballot. We are going to actively campaign together. However, because of family reasons, his wife got a little surprised, and they are now expecting. And he decided that as much as he loves politics, family comes first. So his wife asked if he could take a leave of absence from campaigning to focus on family. So I'm holding down the party slate in the 24th district and campaigning on behalf of both of us. Kenny is well known as a passionate environmentalist. He's led the charge to fight fracking in the Delaware River Basin and also fight the pipelines that are going through the Highlands, as have I myself. We're both passionate about the environment because the 24th Legislative District is the pristine Highlands region of New Jersey. People think of the Garden State as, flat. Northwestern New Jersey is beautiful hills, mountains, valleys, lakes, rivers, and streams. And it's a beautiful ecosystem that everybody, regardless of their political orientation, recognizes is so key, not just because it's beautiful and we love our quality of life, but because so much of the drinking water for all of northern New Jersey and even a lot of central New Jersey comes from that Highlands region. So we recognize that ecological issues are key, and it's actually a unifying issue for our district, regardless of whether people consider themselves conservative, progressive, or libertarian. Everybody cares about our ecosystem, and Kenny and I are well known as champions of the environment. Also important is economic growth. Sussex and Warren counties, they have the largest percentage of out-migration in all of New Jersey. The economy is stagnant, and so we're really pushing sustainability as a key to revive the economies of Sussex and Warren County, to revitalize the small towns which are hurting, to build up a sustainable transportation network that will connect not just to the metropolitan area, but within the region, so that our small towns and our small businesses will be able to employ local people and, again, have a sustainable economy. The Green Party is all about sustainability in a holistic way, and so as Green candidates we can speak to not just the ecology, but economic growth and development in a way that the corporate parties can't. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Aaron. We'll take another question. Yes, sir.
This is for Seth. Do you have any upcoming events or website where we can learn more about your platform?
Actually, tonight I have a town meeting in Newark at 290 Chestnut Street in the Ironbound. So I'm actually, the Ironbound event is your event. You have an event tonight too. So 290 Chestnut Street, and then later in the night there's another event. But mine's at 6 p.m. tonight, 6:30 tonight. Yeah, so your event too.
Yeah, I actually have a event tonight also. It's at 8:30, and it's going to be at Riverbank Park. And I would hope to see as many people as I possibly can see, including Seth and many of you. But again, it's at Riverbank Park at 8:30.
Thank you, Troy and Seth. We'll take one more question. Yes, sir.
Yes. As you know, the media is disinclined to cover alternative party candidates. To any one of you who think about what means are you going to use to either engage the media or work around that issue to outreach to the public?
How are Green candidates going to break into the media and engage the public? Does Anyone want to answer that?
I'll start.
Seth.
I think probably a lot of people up here have feelings about that. One thing I can say is that these Greens, unlike a lot of the candidates in the duopoly, including the two main ones right now, we have been engaged in social justice in a very big way for a long time. And though the media has not tended to cover third parties, they have covered us in our roles of being concerned about the people and the planet. So, in my cell phone, I have 50 names of reporters who've covered the work that I've been doing for the past 15 years. And I'm insisting that they give as much attention to me as a candidate as they've given to me as a pastor who cares about immigration and refugees and about folks coming out of prison and about the environment and all of that. And so we're going to get to that place where we'll start seeing that wellspring of coverage. It hasn't happened as quickly as I would hope. Some people say, Seth, they love you as a pastor, they don't love you as a candidate. But I think that's changing. I believe the closer we get to Election Day, the more coverage we'll be able to generate, not just about my campaign, but about all of our campaigns. Anybody else? Go ahead.
I'll talk a little bit about building media coverage locally. In my 24th legislative district, the paper of record is the New Jersey Herald. It covers most of the northwestern section of the state. And Kenny and I have gotten a phenomenal amount of inclusion in the mainstream media coverage in our district. We've been included, even though Green candidates are not allowed to have a primary. We're included in the weekly candidate question and answer that appeared every Tuesday. Assembly candidates were asked a issue related to key local or statewide politics, and my responses and Kenny's responses were included with all the Democratic and Republican candidates. So they really consider us based on recognizing our activity in the local and statewide level as activists, policy advocates, and really possessing a degree of expertise that even the other candidates don't have. And as more Greens step up to the plate and run as candidates, we will get the respect that we're entitled to as the media realizes that we've contributed in vibrant ways to our community. And now that we're stepping up as political candidates, they'll begin to see that we have degrees of administrative, policy, activist expertise, and it will really make a difference as the media begins to recognize, because we in the Green Party of New Jersey are beginning to build at the grassroots level legitimate political organizing for the purpose of winning elections. And so the media is starting to realize that, and in my district and in others, I know Mico has gotten a lot of recognition, and in Atlantic County in general because of what they're building in the Green Party of Atlantic County. Their Freeholder candidate is getting recognized, and I know Barry and Jessica will be in the news in Ocean County. So as we grow in the Green Party of New Jersey and begin building wider candidate slates in every county, the media is going to have no choice but to see, because Green Party politicians are not really politicians. We're grassroots leaders who've been doing this at the ground level, and now we're just taking it onto a larger stage in the media, and we're going to take on the corporate political interests and really speak truth to power.
Anyone else?
I'd just like to echo what future Assemblyman Heineman and future Governor Kaper-Dale have said, and that's pretty much that we in the Green Party, we're a party of activists. We go out and we make the difference. We go to the meetings and we make our voices heard. We stand with the people at the rallies, at the demonstrations. And I really feel that we need activists in the Assembly. We need activists in the Senate. We need an activist in the governor's mansion. That is how we're going to make sure that we will make ourselves known. We've already been doing it for years. And when it comes down to it, the recognition that we've gotten so far is going to continue. And another beautiful thing about the Green Party is we have unique ideas. Because we're outside of the major party duopoly, which is really tied in together with common goals when you look at the corporate donations that they receive, because we're outside of that, we're coming up with solutions that work for people. We're coming up with solutions that are going to save the state, that are going to save the environment and make sure that people are able to live. We're not going to let people's livelihood be damaged by what the major parties want to do. And that's going to get attention. It's been getting attention. It's been starting to develop more attention more recently as these wonderful candidates have been really demonstrating themselves as phenomenal candidates. And so the future of New Jersey is green. We will be the green garden state once again, And I look forward to working with all of these wonderful individuals to make that happen.
I have a final point on this. I actually worked for NBC for a little while, and I know for a fact that with what all of us in the Green Party, not just in New Jersey, we're doing just this year alone, we're going to make news. And just the fact that we're going to have the first Green Party governor is going to make news. So, yeah, all over the country. So it's not how we're going to handle getting on the news media. It's what are we going to do once we start getting the news coverage. So that's where we need to start strategizing at. And as strong candidates, not just the candidates behind me and who are not here, but all over the country. So that's it. Thank you.
Can I say one more?
Go ahead,
about this?
Seth.
There's just one word that came up that I'd like to think about with all of you. The word politician has become a dirty word, and I can hear us up here sort of running from it. We're actually not politicians. We're activists. I want to get to that place where we've redefined politician. I want to get to that place where we can be proud of being people who care about the polis, the city, and who say that this is an admirable, beautiful career to take on, and we should hold in high regard those who step forward to lead us, and because they're people who care, they're people who listen, they're people who come up with policies that are real answers. So I think that the Green Party can save the word politician, and we should get to that place where we think about how we can reshape that word instead of run from it. So maybe the whole activist identity can be caught right up in what it means to be a politician.
Well said.
Thanks.
Reminds me of what Ralph Nader has talked about building a generation of citizen activists.
Yes. Yes.
Well, we will conclude this morning's press conference at 9 a.m. It began at 9 a.m. and we will begin again at 11 a.m. with candidates from states outside of New Jersey. And so we hope you join us then. I'd like to invite all the candidates to gather behind me, and we can have some photographs taken. Thank you.
Good work. You guys are sharp.
Closer. Get closer. Huddle together.
Closer this way.
Shoulder to shoulder. Yeah.
I'm sorry.